Let's now give you some breaking news that's just come in, where the Indian Navy has successfully rescued yet another vessel from the Somali pirates. The Indian Navy said in the last 40 hours, the INS Kolkata had managed to successfully corner and get all 35 pirates to surrender in the MV Ruen ship that they had hijacked. The Indian troops have now ensured the safe evacuation of the 17 crew members from the vessel without any injuries. The Indian Marine Commandos were part of the daring mission where the ship MV Ruen was intercepted, and they managed to free the ship that was almost 1,400 nautical miles from the Indian coast. Now, to give us more updates on this, we're being joined in by WION Siddhant, tell us what more do we know on the story?
Well, this is a significant operation by the Indian Navy. Now, MV Ruen, which is now under the Indian Navy's custody, was taken over by the pirates. What has happened in the last 40 hours is INS Kolkata, which is an Indian Navy warship, along with INS Subhadra, which is another Indian Navy warship, played a key role in terms of, course, intercepting this particular vessel, but also making sure that the Marcos operations takes place. Now, Marcos were dropped by the C-17 aircraft, and approximately 35 pirates have surrendered. Remember, there are 17 crew members from countries like Angola, Bulgaria, and Myanmar. Now, we know that in past few months, the Indian Navy has beefed up its operations in the western part of the Indian Ocean, where there has been instability because of the Houthi attacks and also because of the increased piracy attempts. So, essentially, a big boost for the Indian Navy in terms of it being one of the key security provider in the Indian Ocean region. It has put up its best efforts to make sure that the region is not destabilized. And now, with this daring operation, in many ways, this has happened almost 2,600 kilometers away from the Indian coast. So that's when it comes to the distance-wise, the farthest distance that such an operation has taken place by the Indian Navy, and it showcases its ability to do so.
Absolutely indeed, Siddhant. And also considering the fact that there are a number of incidents that have come to light in the recent weeks. You know, ever since the Houthis began targeting some of this commercial shipping linked to Israel and the military ships of the United States and the United Kingdom in the war that is unfolding in the Gaza Strip, what we are witnessing is a slightly different phenomena that used to be pretty rampant about a decade ago. And this is of the menace of the Somali pirates trying to hijack ships for ransom. Why are we looking at a resurgence in the number of these kind of attacks?
So one of the key reasons is that region, the Gulf of Aden region, and the region which is, of course, near Somalia and other parts, has been destabilized, first and foremost because of the increased Houthi attacks. And secondly, that has given a kind of cover to Somali pirates to attack on vessels. There have been a lot of attacks which have taken place. There is an international force as well, led by the Americans. But India, of course, has not joined any coalition, but continues to deploy its warships. In fact, at one time, India had almost 10 of its warships deployed in that part of the Indian Ocean, making sure that the navigation continues. In fact, what I can say, the overarching message is that India's economic security is dependent on the security of the sea lanes, especially the sea lanes from Suez Canal to the western part of India, and Indian Navy is playing an important role in that.
Absolutely indeed, Siddhant. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and getting us that perspective there. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.